Amen to that. Amen to that. And I just don't understand why this is happening. We're talking about, when you say Los Angeles Lakers,
absolutely,
you're talking about excellence. You're talking about titles. You're talking about some of the greatest players ever to play. And for this game to end in this manner is a disgrace.
It's an embarrassment to the Buss family, Class family. It's an embarrassment to Phil Jackson and Mitch Kupchak, too, who have had a great career as a head coach, and Mitch putting this team together as a GM. So they're checking the video to make sure, and they made the right call right away. It's a flagrant 2. So he's tossed, and we'll have a timeout here. 8:21. Dallas up 32. They'll look at Barea medically as well. And we'll be back in Dallas after this. 9 Central on Tuesdays. J.J. Barea is going to come back into the game to shoot the free throws. Fortunately, he looks okay. Here are the 2 plays again, Hubie. First, Odom.
Yeah, they're right there. Now you can see that is totally uncalled for, and it was an extension of what happened at the other end. And right here, this is just Bush League. And it's going to be interesting of the referees' reports that go back into the NBA office and how they judge this, especially because when you think of Phil Jackson and his career, you cannot think of any teams of his that played in 13 finals that ever acted like this. Okay, now think about that.
Absolutely.
You can say, hey, you might not have liked Chicago, you might not have liked the Lakers, except for one thing. Totally professional teams, played the game the right way, tough defensively, played great under pressure.
And there was nasty moments, no doubt, in those 90s series early on, the early 90s with the Bulls, but the Pistons, Bad Boys, the Celtics, the Knicks teams that you coached, you were involved in many of those games as kid is short. Very different era and time of basketball. And as you said, rough physical basketball was defined differently then.
Yes.
Not cheap shot stuff like we just saw as Kobe misses the 3. Very out of character for Lamar Odom, who's usually one of the easier going, nicest guys. Foul on Shawn Marion inside. And you don't know if it's the frustration of the series, the frustration of, as the guy said, something might be going on with this Laker team, and who knows what we'll hear as we go forward.
Well, Mike,
or the frustration of being embarrassed.
Oh, absolutely.
And that is what has happened in the series and at an all-time high level here this afternoon.
Well, especially, Mike, when they made their run and when they missed the layup, all right, they were totally in the game. And since that time, when that happened on the missed layup by Artest, the game has gone totally out of hand. It's become embarrassment. Then all of a sudden, in the right-hand corner, away from us, we see that Odom and Dirk Nowitzki and all was that chippy talk. So that's why I'm saying the referee's report to the main office is going to be very big here in the fines that are going to be distributed to these 2 players.
And not just the fines, there very well will be suspensions next year at the start of the season for these players. Obviously, the Lakers will be done here in about a half hour. Kobe at 13 in the first quarter, has 17 now. Shawn Marion extends the lead to 33. Largest lead of the day here for Dallas again.
Well, we've seen this double teaming and defense coming out farther, out by the 3-point line by Dallas in all of the other games, and especially today selectively. They take them and they force the passes. They get them out of their triangle offense, and they make the offense difficult for the Lakers. Great defensive plan by the coaching staff of the Dallas Mavericks, and it's held up because, I mean, I know that they're going to get more than 89. They got a shot at getting more than 89 because there's 7 minutes left.
Right.
But now we can understand and give Dallas a ton of credit for their plan over the 3 previous games.
No doubt. Lakers over the limit now with 7 minutes left here in the fourth, down 35. Next question that we'll ask with LA will be, 1, who's going to be the coach? Shannon Brown hits a 3. 2, what do you do to the roster? And Magic Johnson mentioned yesterday, as we've discussed already here today, about looking at this roster and can you make a trade? Dwight Howard's name has come up, and I'm sure will continue to come up by those who are speculating about what's out there. But you think about the Lakers under contract, they have a lot of players under contract for next year. Mitch Kupchak will have to deal with all of that. Here's the core of the Lakers with Bynum, Fisher, and Odom, 2 more years. The top, Brian Gasol and Artest, 3. Player options for Shannon Brown and Matt Barnes to remain Lakers.
Well, you can look at it. Their primary 3 big guys, meaning Odom, Bynum, and Gasol, are all under contract. And then it comes down to, you have to evaluate this team. Come on, after the All-Star game, they went out 17-1, and then they fell apart. And everyone kept saying, Brian Shaw might be the leading candidate to be the next coach. But everybody is saying, what is wrong with the Lakers? It's a lethargic play. And even in their first round, in their series, they did not play up to their potential night in and night out. And then definitely in this series, come on. I like the fact that Phil Jackson said that, hey, with 3 minutes, we could be ahead 2-1.
Game 1 and Game 3.
Absolutely, because they were ahead in both games as we got down into the 3-minute mark, and it got away from them. Well, that's called execution and getting. Did you shoot a high percentage? No. Did the right guys get the ball in their best areas of the court? And the answer to that was no. So people question of how they ended those 2 games that they lost by shot selection, and then at the other end, Phoenix got the ball to where they wanted to go. Dallas got the ball to where they wanted to go, and they did an excellent job not only getting high percentage shots, but getting on the foul line and making their foul shots.
You mentioned Brian Shaw. He has been the person mentioned most as the person who could be next in line to replace Phil Jackson. He's been here for a while as an assistant through the organization, Celtic draft pick, 3 NBA titles with the Lakers. Very good relationship with Kobe Bryant, which is essential to the next coach because Kobe is still the centerpiece of this franchise. So we will see if that, in fact, is the next place they go and when that conversation starts to heat up. But the speculation will begin here in 6 minutes of playing time. 109-78 after the Shannon Brown 3.
No one understands the weaknesses of a team when it starts to crumble unless you're in that locker room and you're at the practices and you're at the timeouts over there at the benches. And then when you're watching your team play, are they executing the game plan at both ends of the floor? And then where is the chemistry or lack of chemistry, and why is there a lack of chemistry? Is it a fatigue factor? There's so many things that will go into Mitch Kupchak and his administration and the coaching staff sitting down and trying to diagnose what has happened here to this ball club.
All these runs to the finals. Stojakovic again. He's 6 for 6. And Stojakovic and Jason Terry are 15 of 16 shooting threes. They have put on the best 1-2 3-point shooting show in NBA playoff history today. Artest inside is fouled, and we hit a timeout at the 4:45 mark. That 3, the 47th, and this will be a 4-game series, so it's a record. Sometimes jump shooting does not carry over to the playoffs. It has in spades for Mark Cuban, Jason Terry, and the Western Conference final bound Dallas Mavericks.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA playoffs on ABC, brought to you by the 2011 Sierra from GMC, the best Sierra ever.
Mothers out there, a happy Mother's Day, especially my own.
Nice greeting from Tyson, and the Mavericks on their way to this conference finals. ABC Wednesday Happy Endings, all new. Every Wednesday, ABC giving you not one but two all new back-to-back episodes at 10, 9 Central here on ABC. Your Buick Regal game track for this closing game of the conference semifinal. Dallas up 4 after the first, and the three-point barrage began, up 24 at the half. Same true through 3. Jason Terry tying an NBA playoff record with 9 3-pointers. And the Mavericks as a team are 2 shy of a record. They've hit 18 threes in this game. Kobe Bryant likely on the bench. The benches have been emptied both ways. Jan Mahimi, Brian Cardinal, and Corey Brewer checking in for Dallas. Trey Johnson, who played only 1 regular season game for the Lakers, has checked in for Los Angeles, trying to avoid their worst playoff loss ever. They're down 32 right now. Of course, we remember that game in the finals in 08. There is Corey Brewer, the former Florida Gator, who actually gave him some good minutes in Game 1 when the Mavs were down 16.
Before that layup by a second-team player, Stojakovic, Terry, and Barea scored 72 points in this game. The first team